The most beautiful Pokemon.
Vaporeon.
Oh. At the AVN.
Yeah.
He's back, folks. This just in, you lucky listener, yes, you have won the #1 prize. Stop what you're doing. Click the link. Put in all of your important credit card information right now because you've been selected as the winner of the 2 Delibird contest. That's right, it's contest week. Pokemon loves their contests, and we got a couple of contest episodes to go through this week. So we are going to contest your sense of humor and push it to the limits and see if you and us together can create comedy. I don't think comedy happens just on one side, Kellan. It's when listener and speaker come together and create something weird and wacky.
It's
right?
all about that connection, you know? When two people love each other very much, they get together and they make jokes. That's what it's.
They get together and make a knock-knock joke, and everyone stares at the camera, and the Pidgeys laugh.
Yeah, that's about it. I think that's what like the talk was. I had with my parents.
The birds and the bees are in a stand-up club, and the bees say, "Man, there's a lot of us buzzing around here," and then the birds eat them. Yeah, so 2 Delibird, welcome back, Pokemon Rewatch comedy podcast. If I keep saying comedy enough, are we actually funny? I'm really causing myself some mental strife.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like when you say comedy, it's like you don't have to say comedy. We just have to be funny, you know?
I know. And now we're in this like an uncanny portion. We're in an uncanny spot where we're actually not funny at all.
No.
So now I have to decide, do we push through that and start referencing comedy so much that it comes back around, or do we give up? Do we roll over and die? Ashketchum wouldn't roll over and die. Ashketchum would double down.
I roll over and die quite frequently in my life.
I die 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah. Don't you? It's a typical Tuesday in my
if I'm playing Dark Souls like 700.
Yeah, well that's you gotta get good. That's a skill issue.
Gotta get good.
Get good.
You know, it's funny people say that, because I think that, like, I mean, everyone actually knows, though, that dying is just part of the game.
Mm-hmm. But I would appreciate if the game told me, you know, what the buttons on the controller do. I think that'd be a good touch.
It's a hot take. Don't go to the
like
Dark Souls subreddit and say that. Yeah, but like other games do that. This is the one game that doesn't.
It's ridiculous.
It's kind of nice.
How do I run? I don't know how to run. What's the control stick for? I don't fucking know.
It's about pure exploration, Kellan, at a very fundamental level.
Wild.
It's genius. You just don't get it.
Yeah, I've just been playing Mario Golf. So.
Ooh, which one?
It's about the same experience, I think. Well, I recently picked up a copy of the 3DS one for a decent price. Because I mean, for a while, until quite recently, probably a bit after the Switch one came out, I didn't even know that there was a Mario Golf on the 3DS.
I was going to ask you about that. I don't think I was aware of this game.
Yeah, I don't know why I never heard about it, but I heard that in terms of like the more modern Mario sports games, it's actually pretty good. So I picked it up. I haven't played a lot of it, but it is pretty good so far from what I've played. But it got me wanting to play more of the Switch one, Super Rush, just because I have it and I've barely played it. And I like golf games. And I get into... Once in a while, I get into a kick of playing Mario Golf for a while. But I've been playing the Switch one. It's a good, decent golf game. I think the main thing is that there's just like a lack of modes in Super Rush. Like I booted up the N64 one on NSO last night, and they got a mini golf one in that one, but they don't have mini golf in Super Rush. And it's like, man, I could use some mini golf. I love mini golf.
No, I like golf games too. They're pretty fun. And Mario Golf games, I mean, there's a lot of them. I don't know. And I heard like kind of lukewarm things about the Switch one, but I don't know. I didn't explore it that much. I'm sure it's very fun still. Like
it's kind of like the new Super Mario Bros. Games, as we talked about. That, like, for all intents and purposes, I think it's a good golf game. It's just doesn't stand out in terms of all the other ones. There. Yeah.
And if you've played others, okay, here's another. If you had never have played a Mario Golf game, it's probably really cool.
But you can play as King Bob-omb, which that makes it really good.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Well, people like into those games already know these aren't like hidden gems, but I mean, I always really liked the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance Mario sports games. Have you played either the golf or tennis on Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance?
No, I have not.
Oh, you should try those. I think one of them are on Nintendo Online too. I'm not sure. They're like golf and tennis RPGs.
Yeah, I heard there was like an adventure.
They're really creative, and like when I found, because I had Mario Tennis like as a kid on Game Boy Color, had like searched it out because I like read in Nintendo Power that it was like an RPG, and I had this phase where because I always really liked JRPGs, but I also liked kind of more arcade games too. So I always had this dream that people would combine like fighting games and RPGs or like sports games and RPGs. And so when
Mhm.
I heard that that's what that was, I went crazy. Because you could you get like different rackets and you level up and you put stuff into your stats and you go around. You gotta work your way up to challenge Mario. He's like at the end or something.
Yeah, it does look like Mario Golf for Game Boy is on NSO.
Is that Mario Golf or just golf?
Mario Golf.
Okay, because there was like an older game just called Golf also
Yeah.
that had Mario on the cover, if I
Yeah.
remember.
Mario Tennis is also on the NSO.
Okay, those games are
I,
sick. Yeah.
I do have like the list of Mario Golf games pulled up. There is golf, and yeah, it's I don't think it's Mario on the cover, but it is a man in red clothing with a mustache.
He's Mario-esque, right? Defamiliarized
Yeah.
Mario, something like that.
Not infringing Mario.
But it's made by Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's how litigious Nintendo is.
Just in case.
They didn't want to sue themselves.
That creates a whole paradox. We don't want to get into that.
Oh my god, when the Nintendo ninjas come for other Nintendo ninjas. The Great Nintendo Ninja War.
Oh, hold up. Okay, that was NES. I am seeing Golf on the Game Boy, and that does have Mario on the cover, yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
Mario Golf.
Well,
I'm going to play more of that.
That's
I'll
good,
report back.
Kellan, because this week is all about contests. And,
Oh,
and golf
true.
is a contest. Everything's a contest. The Pokemon Worlds,
Life
though,
is a contest.
life is a contest. Are you the winner? That is like the kind of message that shonen anime asks the watcher. And Pokemon is
As
full
it
of
should.
contests. I feel like every few weeks they're like, we gotta, it's who can pet the biggest Caterpie, and you'd be like, why would you want to do that? So I got thinking, and
Who can go out and lick the most salt?
exactly, Kellan, and I got thinking, like, I try to come up with some other hypothetical Pokemon
Mhm.
contests. Now, you know way more about Pokemon, so maybe
Really?
some of these have been done in like various games. And then in the show, maybe we'll run into these in the future. I have no idea.
I hope so.
But I thought of, and this is just with Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon, my top 10 Pokemon contests that we haven't seen already, right?
Yeah. Or that we have seen and you forgot about.
That could happen. That would be
That
really
would be
funny.
funny.
That would
That would
be
be
fun.
funny.
Let's see if that happens.
All right, number 10.
The hardest Metapods or Kakunas. Okay, so we've seen bug catching, but this isn't about like get the best bug or the best stats. It's like whose can be the hardest. Now, what I want to know is like how would they test that? It's like they get really hard and then you gotta like beat someone over the head. I don't know.
Yeah, usually in the real world, you get an AVN award for that.
Oh, hey yo.
Hey! Got him.
Nice.
Thank you.
Gross, but
Number
nice.
9.
9. You could make the same joke for this one, but it's the longest onyx. It's all about a length with these rock snakes.
You know, in real life, you get an AVN award for that
Oh,
one.
you didn't actually need to make the same joke twice. He did
Oh, my
anyways. What a
goodness.
madman, folks.
Can we go 3 for 3, baby? Rule of threes. It's comedy.
We'll try. Number 8. Wobbuffet vibe offs. This is where you got to get the vibiest Wobbuffet. They just like, you just stick them out there and it's like, oh yeah, these vibes. Like, I guess you have like a panel of judges and they're just like the vibiest judges ever. It's like Cheech and Chong and it's like, I don't know, Jimmy Page. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Who
think
else is
AVN's
vibey?
into that one,
No.
unfortunately.
The joke's dead.
Yeah.
Move
Ah,
on.
you killed it. The joke died so young.
So young, 2 years old. 2 existences
old.
old.
Number 7.
An unknown spelling bee. Okay, and it's like
Sounds about right.
It's Scrabble rules. Okay,
Oh,
so like I don't know, there's like a board or something, and then like when it's your turn, it's not like you have the tiles in front of you. You got to go out and like catch the unknown, and they're like the first like up to 7 unknown you catch. That's like what you can use for that round. That's cool.
that sounds like I'm not going AVN again. That sounds like a riff on a Big Brother competition if it were played in the Pokemon world.
Okay, go on.
There's a recurring competition in Big Brother where the goal is there's a time limit, and in that time limit, the goal is to go out, collect as many letter tiles as you can in whatever arena that they've made, and then spell the longest word with the letters that you
and they
found.
like hide them or what?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
There was one season 16, I believe. They called it Miami Lice. That was the name of the competition, and the scene was this giant head with the hair like all in water and stuff, and then the letters were like the lice. You had to go collect all of as much lice as you can, and then bring them back and try to spell the longest word with all the lice that you found.
How is that show even real? That is so weird.
Yeah, I know, it's very embarrassing to say that you watched that show, but it's fun. So
I mean, everyone's got their things. We already talk about cartoons on the internet, but that's not embarrassing. That's cool,
yeah, we
right,
can't.
folks?
Who are we to judge?
Who art thou?
Yeah.
Well, this next one would be equally embarrassing. Number 6, cutest Teddy Ursa catching. Wait, did I say
Aw.
embarrassing? I meant amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's purely based on cuteness. The judges are all like sick children. And they get to keep the Teddy Ursa in the end.
They hold it in the children's hospital. The terminal patients are the judges. Oh my god, that's dark.
Photo ops with kids who are about to die.
I don't like that. It's sad.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Well, the hospital will also benefit from this next one. Number 5, electric Pokemon having a generator off. So it's whoever can power the most core infrastructure. It's like, well, my Pikachu can keep 6 city blocks going for 3 days.
Doesn't feel particularly ethical, but sure.
Well, you think you're pushing them too hard? They don't need to actually
3 days
do
straight?
it. No. They don't need to actually do it. It's like they have like a formula for their power output and extrapolating it. Yeah. Well, number 4, much like all of our comedy, especially this episode, since I keep saying comedy, typically doesn't go anywhere. Number 4 is a legendary Pokemon catching contest. They're like, in this woods, you need to catch a ho-ho. There's only one ho-ho, and it's nowhere near here. Like, typically nobody wins. It's like a really terrible competition.
Everyone just walks out into the forest for an hour, walks back.
Mewtwo,
another year.
Where are you? Yeah.
He went into hiding. Don't you remember the end of the first movie? Come on.
Yeah, he destroyed Team Rocket's lair, then he went off on an island, and then now he's just like looking for peace. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mewtwo, come out.
Number 3.
Well, this one's gonna bum you out again. A Magikarp sashimi contest. I know there's Magikarp contests. We see a fishing contest in this, but this is all about slicing them up and eating them raw. And whose is the tastiest?
Well, that sounds terrible, because we learned that Magikarp are basically just scales and bones.
Oh, you're saying it's not even like there's like
no meat on that
something.
thing.
It's not even like good salmon sashimi.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. The contest is off. Now we're cutting open Charmanders.
No,
no, I'm making
that.
this even worse. Okay. I have a contest for the Charmanders, Kellan. Don't worry. Number 2. This is the hottest fire Pokemon. So you gotta catch fire Pokemon, and then they go full rage mode. It's like whoever can generate the most heat. Many people have died at this contest. It's quite horrifying.
Oh, I thought you meant hottest as in like attractiveness.
Oh, like, wow, God.
AVN gives out an award for that.
Yeah, there you go. The Smasher Pass of Pokemon, but in the real world. Oh, that Vaporeon. So sensual.
No, number one.
A Porygon hack-off. So here's what you gotta do. You go and you catch Porygons, and then whoever wins is whoever's Porygon can cyber attack the most powerful country. It's like, oh my god, you held... I mean, I suddenly got scared to name a real country just because of like the sensitivity of geopolitics. But it's like, oh my god, you held France at ransom. It's like, well, I took down the UK. I took down the United States. You win. That kind of thing.
All right. Well, let's get on to some episodes, shall we? So today we're looking at episode 170, Hook, Line, and Stinker, and episode 171, Beauty and the Breeders. Let's jump into Hook, Line, and Stinker.
Right, Hook, Line, and Stinker. So,
PU.
I liked these episodes actually.
These were fine
I thought they were
episodes, yeah.
both pretty fun in terms of structure and character development. The
Yeah.
other thing is that both of these are kind of side character episodes. This one being a Misty episode, and the next one being a Brock episode,
Yeah, not a lot of Ash this week, which is interesting.
which is oddly refreshing.
It is.
Not that I dislike
is.
Ash, but it's just it's good for variety's sake.
Yeah. So we're relaxing at some kind of pond or something, or a lake
Yeah,
or whatever,
stream.
a stream. And then suddenly a Poliwrath comes around and beats up Poliwhirl.
Oh, damn. Yeah, all the Pokemon are out. Very cute scene. And this Poliwrath bully just pops up beating on him. What a mean dude. Poliwrath is just big, jacked Poliwhirl, right?
Pretty much.
Poliwhirl evolves into Poliwrath.
It's Poliwhirl who went to the gym for a while, for a long time,
Poliwhirl having a phase.
but also skipped leg day every week.
Yeah, Poliwrath does skip leg day, right? And he's
Yeah.
got really broad shoulders.
All about those arms and shoulders, yeah.
Of the vanity muscles.
Yeah. So some dick then in some fishing clothes comes up and he's like, "You think all that a Poliwhirl? I think it's a Poliwimp."
Okay. If somebody said that to me, if I've got a Poliwhirl and someone's like, more like a Poliwimp, I think I would actually laugh. I would be like, what? What did you just say?
What the fuck are you talking
You
about?
said Poliwimp? What is wrong with you?
But then Poliwhirl just like hides behind,
Oh,
Misty.
yeah. No, this guy's
Like,
a bully
she's
through
scared.
and through.
and he's like, "Your Poliwhirl looks Poliwhipped." Haha! So many Poly puns.
Yeah, Poliwhipped. Oh, boy. And then he starts mocking her other Pokemon, too. I think something about the Psyduck who can't swim, right? Look at this puny Goldeen and Staryu.
Yeah. Which, I mean, true. Goldeen never wins anything.
Wait, is this guy just
Except
a
that one
stand-in
battle.
for you?
Maybe.
If you look at that team, it's not viable at all. You're
But
as
he's like-
bad as Graham catching all normal Pokemon.
But he's like, if your Poliwhirl is any good, it would have evolved already. And like, dude, that's not how that works. Poliwhirl evolves via stone,
Ooh.
not level. Like, you as the trainer decide when it evolves.
Yeah, so this fella is violently incorrect.
Mm-hmm. And like, the earlier you evolve a stone evolution Pokemon, the fewer moves they will learn in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to wait longer.
So who's actually the good trainer now? Andreas.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, this guy's name is
Exactly.
Andreas. Andreas' fault. The San Andreas fault. The
Yeah.
San Andreas fault itself is here in this episode,
All he
waiting
had
to
do
cause an earthquake.
was follow the damn train, CJ.
Yeah,
Is that San Andreas? Is that one?
yes, that is
Hell
Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto San Andreas.
Fucking nailed it.
My favorite San Andreas fault moment is actually from Superman the movie from like the 70s when Lex Luthor like fires missiles or bombs or something down the San Andreas fault to like cause an earthquake. So then Superman flies down the fault, gets to the bottom and bench presses the tectonic plates to stop it. That was so cool.
Yeah, he's like, all your Pokemon look like wimps. They need a real trainer. And then he just like leaves. Misty's like, okay, well, let's fight. And he's like, nah, Red. I'm out of here.
He calls her Red
He
a
dips.
lot.
Yeah.
And it feels kind of like a slur. I don't know why, but it's like his tone, right?
Oh, yeah, he's just a dick. Like,
Yeah.
This guy's
yeah.
a douche. So then the gang is like walking around. They see a bunch of people with fishing equipment. And he's like, is there like a good fishing spot over there? And one of these people is like, no, we're not going fishing. It's the annual SeaKing catching competition. That sure sounds like fishing to me.
Yeah, what he should have said, we're not going fishing purely recreationally. There is a competitive component to this. This isn't your grandma's casual fishing. This is ranked competitive fishing.
Exactly. So we get the rules. Any rods, reels, lures, there's no restrictions. You can catch as many SeaKing as you want, but you can only submit one. Catch it in this lake ball we're going to give you. And this ball is sick. Like, this isn't
Yeah.
a real ball, but I love it. I want that.
Yeah, I
It
can't
looks
remember
cool.
what it looks like exactly, but I remember also liking the design. It kind of has these like blue ridges on the top, I think.
I'm gonna just send you a photo of it. Got it pulled up already. It's like these blue triangles on the sides, and then like
Oh,
a
nice.
teal one on the top, and some like arrows from the bottom. It looks cool. It's fancy.
Yeah, it's almost like Raikou and Swoosine. Why did I even try to say his name? I didn't need to.
Suicune.
Suicune, and I can't ever say. Oh my god. I read it as Swoosine. I don't know why.
Suicune. Suisoon.
Suicune.
Suicune?
So soon. You just call him so soon. I'll see you so soon.
Sure. Anyway, yeah, I like
Anyways,
this
nice
ball.
balls.
Yeah, good balls on this guy. So you catch it in the lake ball. Biggest one wins. One that weighs the heaviest wins. You got to use one Pokemon. It's just like the bug catching contest we saw earlier, and the winner gets a trophy and like a lifetime supply of chocolate, or was it a year's worth?
1 year
One of the two.
supply of
A
chocolate.
year's worth of chocolate, which is a lot of fucking chocolate.
I would say it was way more chocolate than I eat in a year. So I don't know how they calculate that as a year, but maybe it's a year as the expiry date. It's only good for 1 year.
In 365 days, this chocolate goes bad.
Or maybe it's
There's a timer on
365 bars of chocolate, thus
One
Try-
chocolate bar. That feels
urging
like
you
too
to
much.
eat a chocolate bar a day, which is way too much chocolate. Yeah.
But Big Chocolate wants you to
Oh,
do.
it does.
This sponsored by Big Chocolate. This contest, I think.
Oh, definitely. That's where prizes come from for sponsorship. This is definitely a Hershey's contest. Yeah.
You sure that the contest holders didn't just like go to the local convenience stores and buy up all the clearance chocolate?
That would be funny too. It's like, and coincidentally, this contest took place on November 1st.
This contest is being held in May, and the prize is this giant mound of chocolate bunnies.
Yeah,
we've been holding
it's
on
just
to
a
for a month.
coincidence. It's just a coincidence.
So we see Andreas, who's the dick, sign up with his Poliwrath. There's people gossiping. They're like, I hear he's won every SeaKing catching competition he's entered. He's good. He must be really good if he can do that. Misty's pissed. She's gonna enter.
I mean, it really does suck when you find out that your bully is like
really cool.
Yeah, people like them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh crap.
So she's gonna sign up with Poliwhirl. Ash is gonna sign up with Pikachu, and then Brock tries to sign up with the girl at the registration desk.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha! Good one, Brock.
Misty pulls him away.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
I'm on a boat.
Boat. Andreas taunts them. The Polys stare at each other. Blah blah blah. Psyduck comes out, falls in the water. He can't swim. So Misty is looking like a fool in front of this guy constantly.
At least she didn't sink Psyduck.
Aww.
Yeah, he did good. He did good. We love to see Psyduck.
And I do love the gag of Psyduck can't swim. Like that's just perfect.
It's a duck. It's supposed to swim, but he can't.
That's
subversion.
That's a subversion for you. So the contest starts. Andreas already has a bite, pulls it up. SeaKing's big in the air, gets double slapped. He catches it and then lets it go immediately. It's like these little guys are just a warm up for us.
Yeah, I love going fishing and pulling the fish in and slapping it. That is the best way to clean your fish, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You just give it a firm slap.
Yeah, or it'd be like Mr. Bean and slap it against a park bench.
He does that with a fish? I don't remember that one.
It's like an anchovy. He pulls out of his... He's making a sandwich. He's pulling all the condiments and toppings out of his clothes.
Uh-huh.
And he takes like the anchovies or the sardines out of his pocket and pretends they're alive to the guy sitting next to him, and then slaps him on the park bench.
I do remember that, yeah.
Listens to it to see if it's actually dead, and then puts it on the sandwich. It's great.
That's genius.
Brilliant stuff. So Andreas is just fishing for sport at this point.
Yeah, catch and release. Kind of showing off a bit. He's looking for one really big. And Misty says, like his mouth.
But Team Rocket are competing as well.
They want the chocolate.
Yeah.
Everyone else is driven by the spirit of competition, but they're like, we didn't give a fuck until those chocolate bars showed up.
James would settle for licking the wrappers. They're so hungry. They haven't had good food in days. But Jessie has her own special lure she's going to use. It's of herself, just like Misty has had. And she's like, no SeaKing can resist it. And she puts it in the water. And all the SeaKing resist it. They get no bites.
Yeah, which of course sets up the rest of Team Rocket to make jokes about her very easily.
It's beautiful lure. They don't like that. Maybe something ugly will help. So they strap Meowth to a rock and throw him in the water.
He does have this like little breathing mask.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. They've used that multiple times. I remember those things. I guess they're just oxygen or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
how
like
those work.
small oxygen tanks. I don't really get it either, but
Yeah.
it looks futuristic.
It does. But underwater, Meowth sees a SeaKing, but he can't get over to it, and he gets caught up in what we see as Misty's line. Oh no, Misty's got something on the hook, but she doesn't know it's Meowth.
So Misty's pulling on one side, Jesse's pulling on the other. We got a good old-fashioned tug-of-war.
And Meowth's rock gets caught in a rock, so he can't get up. He loses his breathing thing, so he's just drowning.
Oh god, that's terrible.
They end up reeling their boats right next to each other. But
yeah,
of course,
smash. Yeah.
The gang doesn't recognize Team Rocket, who they're in regular clothes.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call these disguises.
No, they're not.
They're just
fishing.
not in their Team Rocket uniform.
They're just out in fishing clothes.
I guess it's one of those things where if you like see a person at work all the time and then you see them out in public, you don't recognize them right away. It's like, oh, I didn't notice you off duty.
Yeah, you don't recognize your teacher who's in the grocery store, who's in just like sweats with their hair up.
Exactly.
You know, like, no, I can't be my teacher. Teachers stay at the school all the time. That's where they live, right?
Yeah,
they power down.
That
at the end of
can't
school
be
day.
Team Rocket. They always have Team Rocket uniforms on.
That's the only thing they wear.
Meanwhile, Jesse's distinctive hair is the exact same.
That's always the thing that gets me. Like, I can get it if like you're really bad at remembering faces, like sure, but that fucking hair, man.
It's so unique, right?
That's the tell. It should always be the tell.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they don't recognize Team Rocket. They get away. Misty has lost her lure because Meowth cut both of the lines so he wouldn't drown.
I'm glad Meowth got away. Yeah.
Yeah. But the winds are changing.
The winds will change.
And it's going to affect where the SeaKing swim, so they're going to go north. So is Andreas, but Misty doesn't want him to beat them there, so she puts the pedal to the metal. And they're in a speedboat race now.
Yeah, and suddenly they're boat racing. Okay.
And that was pretty cool. But then Team Rocket's right over there. Oh no, Misty steers out of the way, but Andreas fucking jumps him.
Oof.
And I mean, that was cool.
That was actually cool. I was like, all right, respect. Team Rocket capsizes during that somehow.
So the gang pulls over to help because they're decent human beings.
Yeah. I like this line a lot, though, because they're like, are you guys all right? And Jesse's like, don't worry, we capsize all the time. Maybe that was James, but one of them says that.
Yeah. They can't let them know who they are, so they're like hiding themselves. And Meowth finally surfaces. And like they put him back under the water. Be like, no, you can't blow our cover. Don't you dare. So they're just going to drown Meowth.
That's the giveaway, not just his hair.
Not their faces. I mean, if one thing's going to be the giveaway, it would be the talking Meowth. I
suppose. Yeah, the talking Meowth's pretty out there. But he could not talk. No, he can't resist.
No, he can't. He is a big Meowth. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Got him.
They make that pun all the time.
Yep. So, they find the perfect spot for SeaKing, but Andreas is also here. Oh, no.
Yeah, Misty's mad again.
He's going to be really kind. Maybe he'll let them have one of his rejects.
Oh, okay.
That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good of him, yeah.
I want to eat a SeaKing, Kellan. Let me at it.
I assume there's more meat on that thing.
They look tasty.
Let's take a look and see if its Dex says something about that.
About taste?
It is 86 pounds. That's pretty heavy fish.
That seems pretty big, yeah.
About 4 foot long.
That's huge, actually.
It is a big fucking fish. I'm not seeing anything about how much meat is on there, unfortunately.
Oh, fucking Game Freak. Keeping what we really want from us again.
Let us know what kind of cuts are on there. Come on.
Information.
What's the best portion of a SeaKing to eat?
Yeah.
I don't know. They look pretty big and chunky, so I would assume there's some.
I think they'd be good. Yeah.
Good steaks on there. Yeah. So Ash catches one. He pulls one up. There's a big one coming out of the water. Except they kind of all look the same size. I don't know. But Pikachu Thunderbolts, Lake Ball, go. He catches it. Whoop-de-doo. But Andreas has one too. Oh no.
Yeah, Mega Punch double slap underwater catches and then claims this is the biggest ever. Bragging right at Misty. Yeah.
They've ever caught.
He's so obsessed with size. He's definitely compensating.
He's compensating, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 10 minutes left in the competition. Oh no. And so it's time for Misty.
Yeah, Misty still hasn't caught anything.
Time for the secret weapon. It's time to bust out the Super Misty Lure version 4, which is her. Little her with the peace sign.
Yeah, but it's V4. It's nothing like V3. No, it's
I feel like we've only seen it twice before.
Yeah, some of them are off camera.
Well, one of them was in the Dratini episode, so
Mm-hmm.
Western audiences would have only seen it twice then.
Oh.
So there's suspense. You have this long shot underwater, just looking at the lure, and then they jump scare us with the SeaKing. SeaKing!
Nice.
SeaKing!
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Misty says she's gonna stick to it like white on rice. Which,
Yep.
I mean, does white stick to rice? Rice is just white.
Well, that is a saying. You never heard
Yeah,
that
I know,
before?
but I have. But, like, does it make sense?
No.
Because you're not sticking white stuff to rice. Rice
Yeah,
just
I've actually never liked
is
that saying because of that. I'm like, that's not that clever.
yeah.
It's okay. It's not that
I'll,
clever.
I'll
Like
stick
what?
to this one like coconut milk on rice.
Sure.
Like,
Or we'll
like that.
stick to this like
A fridge magnet on a fridge.
jizz at the AVN awards.
Got him.
I don't know. That was bad.
I'll stick to this like jizz between 2 pages of the Hustler magazine under my bed.
Like jizz on rice.
That too. That would
It's
also
just
stick.
jizz, Kellan.
It's all jizz. It's all jizz.
I'll stick to you like jizz, Misty yells.
Wait, it's all jizz? Always has been.
Reminder, this is an R-rated podcast. Okay,
Yeah, if you're a
Kellan,
child, you should probably turn this off.
do
so-
not listen any further and do not ask your parents what jizz is. Just forget this ever happened.
Men in Black yourself. Yeah, so SeaKing jump scares us. Up it comes. Poliwhirl goes in, but gets swatted back by SeaKing. But she's not going to go down that easy. She rebounds with a double slap. And then Lake Ball go and catches it. And so the contest is over. Anybody who didn't catch a SeaKing gets a commemorative badge. So I guess the millennials planned this contest. Am I right?
Back in my day, I liked James's joke here, though. He's like, "Oh, it's so commemorative."
So commemorative.
Nice.
But on stage, we see that last up is Andreas. His SeaKing is 55 kilograms, which, for reference, I already closed the page. Why did I do that? SeaKing in the Dex is noted as 39 kilograms. So this is a remarkably bigger SeaKing. So
this is like a 99th percentile SeaKing.
But Misty comes in at the last second. She's like, but wait, because they say Andreas is the last one. And this makes no sense to me. Because, like, obviously, this section where Andreas and Misty were fishing is inbounds of the contest.
Right.
So are they just, like, not giving people enough time to bring back their SeaKing? Because, like,
Yeah,
Misty has to, like, rush in with hers.
I think it's a little scatteredly organized. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the most procedural.
That's what happens when millennials organize a competition. Am I right? Got him.
Yeah, you love
I'm on-
making fun of
I'm on
boomers.
fire tonight. Oh, man.
Are you? Oh yeah, you're at that fire contest. You're
I
burning.
am on fire, yeah. So Misty gets hers weighed, and it's also exactly 55 kilograms. Incredible. It's a tie. And Andreas is like, but the rules say there can't be 2 winners. There has to be 1 winner. So I should win because I'm the best. And the guy at the judge is like, what the fuck are you talking about? We have a rule for this. You're going to have a Pokemon battle. The 2
Of course.
Pokemon partners are going to fight, and the winner wins the competition.
Perfect. So
Makes sense.
Misty's gonna get a chance to whoop this bully.
Hell yeah. So it's going to be Poliwhirl versus Poliwrath, of course. Battle music comes on. They lunge in, and they're punching away, and no moves are hitting. They're all dodging blows, but then, boom, come some smoke bombs. Oh no. Of course, who must it be? Don't you worry, things are dandy. We just want that first-placed candy.
Hell yeah.
Team Rocket motto, blah, blah, blah. I think Wobbuffet pops out, Meowth
Yeah,
kicks him
well,
out of the way again.
Meowth. We get that gag again. And now Meowth is on a fishing line, so they've taken fishing to heart.
They're
And
keeping the
he's-
theme. Yeah.
He's nabbing up all the chocolate.
And I think Andres is like, why are you stealing it? Why are you stealing it? And Meowth's like, because the trophy won't taste good with marshmallows. Ah, oh, classic Meow.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Meow.
Ugh,
Kellan, where do you stand on s'mores?
pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I'm not a big marshmallow guy, but you combine it with the graham cracker and the chocolate, and it's a good snack.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I don't think they're like legendary or anything, but you know, if there's a campfire, like yeah,
if there's a
they're nice.
campfire,
They're
you
nice.
gotta have some s'mores.
You gotta have some
yeah.
s'mores. They're nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We could just become a s'more podcast. Talk about s'mores for another hour.
Our opinion is so lukewarm about them.
Yeah, but there's a market
good.
for it, Graham. I don't know how many s'mores podcasts there are. You could really corner that market.
Well, weirdly enough, on Conan O'Brien's podcast, they argue about s'mores all the time. It's an ongoing thing.
God damn it!
One of them on there absolutely loves s'mores, and the other two think they kind of suck. But I'm like right in the middle. I don't think they're legendary, but I think they're nice.
So you're really telling me we missed the opportunity for a s'mores podcast because Conan took it from? Damn it! God damn it, Conan! Swear to God.
One of the top people in comedy took it
Always
from
taking
us.
Our ideas.
Always taking our ideas. We came up with the masturbating bear first back in the 90s. You don't even know about that, do you?
I do not, no.
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah. So anyway, they're trying to take the chocolate away. Both the Polys got water gun, Meowth drops the bag, and then Bulbasaur comes out to Vine Whip the chocolate to safety. I feel like this just was unnecessary. Like,
oh yeah.
This is just like Ash has to save the day, guys.
Save
Ash has to be a part of this.
Yeah. It can't be bruised. It's like the Hershey's spokesperson is in the corner, like, the chocolate! It'll break!
Do they not know that chocolate tastes better when it falls from a vending machine? Like, this was just the ultimate, like, chocolate flavor enhancer here.
Just letting them fall get a nice crack out of it. It still tastes like chocolate, baby.
It's science. If it falls out of a vending machine, it tastes better.
Is that a Mythbusters?
I don't know. It's just true.
It's just fact. Doesn't even need to be busted.
But Team Rocket are annoyed at this because they stole the chocolate fair and square, and now they got the chocolate stolen back. So they're very upset about that.
Of course, as they should.
And Ash is like, you deserve a booby prize. Pikachu, give him a blue ribbon thunderbolt.
Blast them off. Pikachu shocks. Typical.
I liked blue ribbon thunder. That was a clever little
blue
twist
ribbon
on
thunderbolt.
Yeah. So the battle's back on. Now the Team Rocket's away. Poliwrath goes for the submission. And Ash is like, what's that? Brock's like, when Poliwhirl evolves into Poliwrath, it can use fighting type moves. They just had to, get that in there. Poliwrath's part fighting, so.
Oh, so that's true?
Yeah.
But it's like, he probably has some fighting moves before, no?
Probably. Now I need to know.
But the fighting type pops up with the third. Okay, so that makes sense. Neat.
Yes. Only with Poliwrath, though. Politoad is pure water still.
Politoad doesn't come into the show yet.
Not yet. I just can't wait for him, though, because Politoad's such a cute little guy. I love Politoad.
I'm not that familiar with Politoad.
Oh.
That's a Gen 2?
Yes. Not to not know what Politoad is and experience it for the first time. Don't go looking it up. Let yourself
I kind of know. I can picture it, but,
Little green guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, submission hits it hard. He's punching or whatever. Poliwhirl kind of goes down. She's, real scared. She's real terrified here. And all the other Pokemon...
canonically a she?
I was calling I'll take a look at its Bulbapedia page. I was calling Poliwag a she. And so it kind of transferred.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But Misty is Poly, whatever. Gender unknown. So it's never confirmed one way or the other.
Okay.
But all the other Pokemon come out to support her and be like, we love you, but don't be stupid. You need to stand up to this guy. And Misty's like, yeah, they're right. Stand up to these bullies. Defend your friends.
He insulted your friends.
And Poliwhirl is, still kind of, worried about it. And so I like this because, Goldeen and Staryu just, water gun her in the face. Snap
Wake
out
up.
of it. Come on, you idiot. Get out there. Defend us. And you get the whole, inspirational speech. So what if you're not evolved? There's plenty of great Pokemon that aren't evolved. You might not be evolved, but you can do things that Poliwrath can't. But then, and so Poliwhirl, the confidence is back.
Yeah, I mean, and you did say there's the whole thing about the move lists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So evolving it later is actually good. So in some sense, some of the moves that he uses, Poliwrath could not have access to, right?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at its moveset in Gen 2. Poliwrath learns Submission at level 35. So if you evolve it before level 35 so it can get Submission, Poliwhirl can also get Belly Drum and Hydro Pump that you'd be missing out on if you evolved it early enough to get Submission.
I don't think we see those moves, though.
We don't. But hey, maybe Poliwhirl gets Hydro Pump soon. Or Belly Drum.
Nice. Yeah,
that'd be cool. But the confidence is back, and this is when that, super good, kick-ass, inspirational, come from behind me battle music comes in. I love this track so much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I really need to like compile all these songs so I can explain them better, but it's really good. There's an opening
Yeah,
guitar
I know what
riff.
you mean. I don't know what themes from game songs it's in there, but it definitely has one of those motifs.
Mhm.
But it just slaps. Yeah, it comes
Yeah.
in with a lot of distorted guitar and some synth, and yeah.
Yeah. And it gives a real good like we're standing up, we're coming from behind,
Yeah.
we are
We're
gonna crush this.
climaxing, baby.
Yeah.
They
That
give
AVN
AVN
award,
awards
baby.
for that.
Hey.
Fuck.
So so out of all the moves they could go for, Poliwhirl starts with a bubble. And it discombobulates Poliwrath, so I mean
Yeah, it kind of works.
okay, sure. And then goes for a Mega Punch, which knocks back. Poliwrath Mega Punches. Poliwhirl's dodging and goes for another bubble. And then a Water Gun. And then Poliwrath goes down.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, it's...
It worked. The inspiration. Sure. Misty wins. Andreas is humbled quite quickly, which was nice to see. He apologizes.
We got 90 seconds in this episode. We got to wrap this up. Give a lesson.
That's basically what
Make
it was.
him turn.
He's like, well, my contract is up now, so I'm really sorry. You're not that bad, Red.
And so afterwards, we get a nice conclusion to the chocolate storyline.
That's all we wanted to know.
So then we don't need to wonder about where all this chocolate went. Misty can't eat all of it herself. She's just gonna give some away. She's gonna give some to her sisters. She's gonna send to Brock's family. She's gonna send a big box for Professor Oak and Tracy, and some to Ash's mom, and then keep some for Togepi. Aww. And Pikachu is like, well, what about me? What about me? And she's like, oh, of course, Pikachu, you get some too. And then Ash is like, what about me? What about me?
Chocolate is dangerous to rodents.
I was wondering that too. Like, because chocolate's deadly for dogs, and I'm pretty sure it's not good for cats. Like, what about Pokemon?
Correct.
Can Pokemon eat chocolate?
Maybe a little bit, but nah.
I feel like Pokemon can just eat anything.
Can I Google this? Can Pikachu eat chocolate? Can Pokemon eat chocolate? For some reason, Bulbapedia claims that Pokemon are also able to eat chocolate without any ill effects, but I'm not really sure. Their evidence being that Lucario, Ash's Tailo, Lapras, and Meowth are all seen eating chocolate at some point.
That's awesome. That's great. I love it.
That someone else has asked that question.
Yeah. Just the fact that you can Google, can Pokemon eat chocolate?
I know. I was like, there's no point to Googling this, right?
There's an answer that pops up. The real hard-hitting questions today.
Yeah, very.
So, yeah, she's going to give away all that chocolate, but Ash wants some. And then narrator comes in. Blah, blah, victory is sweet, especially when chocolate's the first prize.
Hell yeah.
Good one. That's the episode.
All right. So the trope I'm thinking of this week for Literary Hour is the bully hunter trope, which is this idea of a big bully needing to be taken down a few notches. You know, you've seen this in a lot of media. It's this time when the characters band together to kind of put someone in their place, and not in like a mean way, but like to stop them from hurting other people and stand up for themselves a bit. So in Matilda, Roald Dahl's Matilda, that crazy evil teacher is like such a bully. Like, makes people's lives hell. Remember when she made Brucey eat that whole cake? Oh my god. But later on in the movie, they get to stand up to her a bit more, and in the book, and they get that sort of revenge. But I don't know if revenge is the right word, but it's more just like
the killer.
They get that solace, they get that peace. There's also one on here in TV tropes from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where this stunt man picks a fight with Bruce Lee. Apparently, Bruce Lee was notorious for accidentally injuring co-stars. I did not know that. and so this stunt person picks a fight with him and gets into trouble doing so. Neat. Oh, Andreas, the bully. Okay.
All right.
So this is the 4-pour section of the episode. So the 4-pour, the plastic ping pong pitcher of different rankings, is where we have a pitcher full of ping pong balls, and they have categories on them, and Kellan is going to pull 2 categories at that. They are random, and then we will rank the episode based on those random categories. What do we got first, Kellan?
First category. Oh, this is topical. It's the featured Pokemon flavor.
Yeah, I think that's got to be high. We were already talking about that. We led up with that. I think these SeaKings are full of meat. I think they'd be a nice tuna. I think they'd be a fatty tuna, which honestly can be so good. Like sashimi or seared. Holy fuck. And dude, like, this isn't your grandma's canned tuna, you know? Tuna's got a lot of variety, and tuna steaks, like, all kinds of so,
Mm-hmm.
oof. 9.5, Kellan.
Nice sear on that thing.
Yes,
I'm just really
nice
trying to
sear,
find.
leave the middle a little raw. Oh,
I'm just trying to find any evidence of how much meat is on this thing, and I cannot find anything, and that's really annoying me. This is a funny Dex entry from Moon. Trainers who are crazy for SeaKing are divided into horn enthusiasts and fin enthusiasts. The two groups do not get along well.
oh, it's which side of the toast do you butter? It's a whole war.
Yeah, nothing about meat. Yeah, but it's a big bulbous fish. I feel like there's gotta be some good meats on this.
Oh, it looks good. It looks.
I'm with you that it's probably more like a tuna rather than like a salmon. I do
It
prefer
looks more
salmon.
like a tuna.
I do much prefer salmon, but tuna's pretty good. You said 9.5?
Mm-hmm.
9.5 would be for me if it was like salmon. So I'm gonna go 8.
Well, the thing is about that, Kellan, is like I would say that, yeah, of course you would prefer salmon because we have access to better salmon in Canada. I haven't had like a tuna that like knocked my socks off in Canada. I've only had a tuna that did that in Hawaii. Like if you ever go to Hawaii and get
That's
tuna,
true.
like, ooh, it's different. But up here, like, yeah, salmon is just better
Yeah.
in Canada. Like,
You know what's good though? Swordfish. That's a good one.
yeah, swordfish is good. I've only had that once or twice.
I had it
think.
once, and it was
Yeah,
great.
maybe only once too. It was good. It's very meaty, right? It's like almost like chicken level meaty.
All right, second category will be the humor of the episode. What were the jokes?
Ooh. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if there's a lot of explicit jokes. You know,
No,
we liked
not really.
Meowth's joke about the trophy not tasting as good with marshmallows. You liked the whole blue ribbon
That was
prize, booby prize.
decent. I do like the whole idea of the prize being a giant mound of chocolate.
Well, I
I
liked
think
that
that's
line. Don't
amusing.
worry, we capsize all the time.
That was good too. But yeah, nothing like stand out.
Yeah, it's not a
Really.
gut wrencher, but it's
No, this isn't like a real laugh episode.
But it does have enough humor.
Look at this. Look at the badge is commemorative. That was a good one too.
Yeah, I think it has a satisfying amount of humor. It's got a good balance, of humor and plot. But yeah, it's not a gut buster. So I will keep that in mind and say it's kind of in the middle. So I'll go 5.2.
Yeah, and I was thinking around that as well. I'm just gonna go flat 5.
Okay.
So it's a 5.1 for that. 6.9. Nice. 2.5 overall for hook, line,
You
and
did
sinker.
it again.
We did it again. All right, let's jump into Beauty and the Breeder.
Yeah,
You know what that's
episode
the reference to?
171.
You know what that's a reference to?
Beauty
Guys?
and the breast. AVNs.
Yeah.
Did I get it?
It's all about boobies.
It's the AVN reference episode, Kellan. What is wrong with us?
I think it's funny. I'm good with it.
I wonder if there is a porn parody called Beauty and the Breast.
Oh, now I have to Google
It's a good
that.
name. Don't Google that.
Beauty and the Breast. No, Google, I am trying to search for breast, not beast.
Did you mean Beast? No.
Beauty and the Breast is a 2002 Hong Kong comedy film directed by Raymond Yip.
Oh.
It doesn't look like a porn, though.
Not what I was expecting.
No.
Okay.
Oh, well. It's unfortunate.
Well, let's get into this episode, because it's a fun one.
Yeah, we're at the Pokemon Center. Brock is furiously checking his emails. Apparently, he always does this when we get to a center.
Brock loves his emails. He's got a lot of Nigerian princes to send money to.
But he's finally got a message from Suzie. And so we get a flashback because we got to remember who Suzie is. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
what episode is that from again?
Let's take a look-see. Pokemon something or other. Fashion Flash?
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm trying to find Susie.
Pokemon Fashion Flash, episode 28.
Right, and that is where Vulpix entered the scene because Brock's Vulpix actually belongs to this Susie originally. And she was a Pokemon breeder, right? Groomer or something
Yes.
like that. And they actually developed a friendship, surprisingly enough, based on mutual respect. Of course, Brock simping as well. So we get a quick flashback just reminding of that. That's kind of the Cole's notes. And the whole thing here is that Susie's finally emailed him back because she is going to a contest in Bonitaville, which is apparently kind of close by. This is a made-up location. It's not in the games. She needs a Pokemon to enter. Brock's thinking that they can detour a little bit and see Suzie.
Mm-hmm. Classic Suzie, only contacting Brock when she needs something. Wow.
I don't know if that's confirmed, but all right.
So we're in Bonitaville, and we see many a Pokemon all dressed up in wonderful outfits.
Yeah, Dun's here for the contest.
Apparently, it might be later in a later pan, but in one of these pans with all these Pokemon, there was a shot of Jinx that got cut out of the dub.
Okay.
Because it had the original design. Just a little fun fact. They're wondering what kind of Pokemon contest this is. They're asking Brock, and Ash is like, man, I hope it's a Pokemon catching contest. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Last episode.
But Brock freaks out on them. No, it's an important Pokemon beauty contest.
And Brock's grooming the Vulpix because he thinks the Vulpix could enter.
That's a rough saying these days. Brock's been grooming the Vulpix.
Yeah, I mean,
grooming it physically. Its hair.
I know. Don't you just like shudder when you hear grooming it now?
Yeah.
Like even when it's about something else.
Yeah.
Right. Like one time I heard someone use it to mean like mentoring, and I was like, do not use that word for mentoring.
Well, that's what it used to be.
That's what it used to mean, yeah, exactly.
And now it's like just it's morphed into the toxic version of mentoring.
To the Dr. Disrespect kind, yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of beauty, Brock's like, you guys look all scuffy and scuzzy. You should go get cleaned up. Misty doesn't appreciate that comment. But Brock gets into his white suit, and Ash thinks he looks like the ice cream man.
He's like in a white tux. Like, it's such a ridiculous outfit. And this is an episode of ridiculous outfits, and I still thought he stood out.
Yeah, he looks so
He looks so formal.
But Jesse and James are wandering around. They love this place. Finally, a place that will appreciate their sense of style and fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse's gonna get dressy.
Jesse getting dressy. Does Jesse look hot or what? She says, showing all these fashion outfits.
Meowth's just happy that he's a Pokemon and he gets to do all of his dirty work in the buff.
There you go. Meowth's a nudist, confirmed.
Meowth's just walking around, swinging out in the wind.
Yeah, he's a voyeurist. Yep. Exhibitionist, I think is the word.
Yeah. So Jesse and James want to win the contest. And what dirty scheme do they have cooked up this week? They're going to win the contest. And they're going to become really notable fashion icons. And then with that, they're going to open up a salon. The news cycle will be all about them. So they're going to start a show, and they're going to become millionaires.
Yeah, so their scheme is just like
fame.
The celebrity pipeline.
Yeah.
It's actually not criminal in a formal sense at all, unless all celebrities are secretly hustling us in a way, which they sort of are. Not TKAD, though, because we're not celebrities and we don't get paid.
Nope. But hey, if you want to support us, just, I don't know, go to my Twitch. That's like the best way. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Although, man, those Twitch prices these days, did you hear about the mobile increase? That's messed up.
Yeah, that's annoying. It's all about crazy. Like Play Store and App Store fees and stuff. That's why it's more expensive on mobile.
Fees, yeah.
Very weird. Anyway, they're going to give Meowth the makeover because he ugly. They always crack jokes about Meowth. Oh. But I got a question here from Alex, who I picked this question because I like the setup a lot, mainly. Alex says, the worst thing has happened. TKAD has been canceled. Oh. The only way to save it is to enter a Pokemon in the Pokemon Beauty competition and win. Which Pokemon are you choosing, and how are you presenting them to look the most beautiful?
The most beautiful Pokemon.
Vaporeon.
Oh. At the AVNs. He's back, folks. Remember when I said you could repeat a joke so many times it becomes funny again? We're testing that theory live.
It's always funny. It gets funnier every time.
Right, what other Pokemon are beautiful? Are there Pokemon known for beauty?
Well, Gardevoir is like the other one that people want to fuck.
Yeah, but I don't.
Medicham has thick thighs.
Pokemon. Yeah? Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, and Machoke always, in Machamp. I think they always kind of look good. They got all the muscles, they're posing, but is that what beauty is all about? I would actually really want to challenge the judges on beauty and go for something that transcends traditional.
Trubbish.
We are entering a rubbish. This trash heap will redefine what beauty is. It's not about the conventional ways that we look at the Machamp's thighs and the Machoke's Feet. Get your eyes
Whoa.
off my Machoke's feet. But Rubbish is really bringing something to the table here.
Yeah, every time my Machoke is on camera, I gotta blur its feet out. It's a whole pain.
My Machoke has the greatest wiki feet score of all time.
Or we could go back to last episode and do the subversion of SeaKing, because like I think the whole design between Goldeen and SeaKing is like Goldeen is like the beauty of the sea, and it evolves, and now it's fuck ugly.
That's so weird. I think SeaKing looks nice.
I think the idea is that it looks like bad.
No, I get what you're saying, but I think it looks nice.
It looks
I
fine,
get
yeah.
that they're trying to push that, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm down with Rubbish. I don't really know what a Rubbish is, so let's go Muck.
Shrubbish.
I'm gonna put in a Muck.
To Rubbish. It's the garbage Pokemon.
No, I'm gonna put in a Muck, the original garbage Pokemon.
How are you gonna doll it up? You gotta doll it up somehow.
Okay, so Muck looks like a little bit, what's the word, malleable, right? I think that you could put it in a container, and since it's kind of a liquid, it would form to the container. So I'm going to get like a translucent container that's in like the shape of like a JoJo's character, and the Muck is going to fill it up into a JoJo's pose. So I will give a Muck doing a JoJo's pose.
I will take a Machoke and put it in drag.
Oh, Machoke and drag slays.
Yeah, I would do that. You know what? Put that on the fan art list. Machoke and drag. I want to see that.
Machoke and drag is what the people need.
Yes. It's been a while since we added to the fan art list. Been collecting dust for a bit.
Digital dust.
Mm-hmm. Any other Pokemon you want to put into a dress or whatever?
I don't know, but that reminds me of like that Waynesville bit where they're sitting on the car and Garth is like, you know when Bugs Bunny dressed up as a woman, did you ever find him attractive? It's like, oh no. Garth's like, oh yeah, me neither. That's my favorite.
It's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
So, we look at the town again. There's some more funky Pokemon dues. And there's a multicolored Tangela. I like that one. That was cool.
Yeah, really.
Dyeing all the noodles. And so they're waiting for Suzie. Misty sees something. She runs off. But then Vulpix runs off. Because she sees Suzie. And we get the slow motion reunion. That's the word. as Vulpix jumps into her arms. Oh, it's so sweet.
Yeah, it really was playing one of those typical rom-com songs right there.
But Brock's so nervous to see Suzie again. He's hiding behind
man.
the flowers he has for her.
He gives them, I hope
Yes,
I
Brock
did a
Becker.
good job, Suzie.
He sheepishly hands him over.
Yeah.
She says, though, Vulpix is looking great. Better than ever. You've done a great job.
A great job.
But Brock knows that it is time to give Vulpix back to Suzie. Ash is like, what? You're going to give Vulpix back? Brock's like, yeah, she's not mine. I mean...
It was a good reminder. Like, Brock
Yeah.
never forgot, but maybe the audience might have, is the whole thing. So
The audience might have forgotten about Vulpix in the first place. Barely
I haven't
out.
seen him in a long time. Yeah, you're
No.
right. That Vulpix doesn't get good times to shine.
Didn't get much love in its tenure.
So turns out I think Brock and Ash need tickets or something like that, and that's when Suzie brings it up. What if, Brock, you just enter the contest with?
And he just goes red. Like, his face fills with red.
Yeah, kind of
He passes out. He passes out completely. Ash is like, where's Misty? We need water over here for Brock. Where is Misty? Oh, no.
Missy's the only one capable of water.
Ash,
Misty
you have a
the water
Totodile.
trainer.
You have a Totodile, Ash.
And just, like, get a water bottle. Also, he needs electrolytes. Get some orange juice or a
Get
Gatorade
some
or
Gatorade.
something.
Which Pokemon shoots Gator? Oh, you know what? Totodile should be shooting Gatorade.
Oh, nailed it, Kellan.
God.
That's a pun.
I'm on.
And you punned it
Fire.
out of the park.
God, I'm so good at this.
Please, loyal fans, cut him down.
Praise me.
Cut him
Praise.
down by the knees in the comments.
Praise me.
His
All
ego's too
hail
big.
me.
Shoot at it.
No way. So, where's Misty? She's over at... She found a Ninetales. She's
Yeah, a
pestering the owner.
beautiful Ninetales pestering the owner. The
Come here,
man
pet
is
it.
getting so snarky.
Wanna pet that dog? Wanna pet that dog?
He's like, leave me alone, bitch.
Wanna pet that dog? You don't get that one, do you?
No, I don't get that one.
Nah. It's a little video of... I think a little girl who sees a bear. And she wants to pet
Okay.
it. She thinks it's a dog.
Oh,
She keeps
nice.
telling her parents, "Want to pet that dog?
Okay, that's
I want to
funny.
pet that dog."
Yeah, that's
but it's a
funny.
bear. It's very good. But the thing is that Ninetales, its whole lore is that like if you pull on the tail, it will curse you for 1,000 years.
Right, because it is supposed to be like a mythical fox from Japanese lore.
It's based on the kitsune.
Right.
Which
Just
I
the
once
same
said was
kind
the
of fox. Yeah, we've gone over this before.
Yeah.
Some kind of fox the spirit that is inside of Naruto in the Naruto series.
Sure.
It's a well-known anime. Keep going, Kellan.
Yeah, but I don't know shit about it, and you know that. So, yeah.
And I don't know shit about want to pet that dog.
Want to pet that dog? So, yeah, she's pestering the owner. I want to pet it. I want to pet it. What's it like? It's cute. I love it. And the owner's like, can I ask you a question? She's like, yeah. She's like, I'm over here minding my business, and you come over here, and you won't shut the hell up. So my question is, will you please leave me the fuck alone?
Whoa.
I would really appreciate it if you stopped talking.
Okay, sure. You could ask nicely.
Okay, fine. But Suzie comes in, and she's like, Zane, don't be a dick. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just want to win so bad. So she knows this guy.
I'm focused on you, Suzie.
Oh, yeah, the sexual tension is palpable
in
this episode. They've known each other since nursery school, and they've always been kind of at odds. You know, they both raised a Vulpix, and they've both been competing. So Brock's like, oh, thank God. You're her sworn mortal enemy.
You want to kill Zane.
You're not a romantic prospect.
Close. Yeah, Zane is the childhood friend. This is a trope in manga and anime, like especially romantic manga and anime. There's always the childhood friend. Often, in a lot of them, it's sort of like the competitor, where there's like a main love interest, and then the childhood friend pops up from before to make the main love interest jealous. Very super common in manga.
And it's also the rival trope in Pokemon from like Gen 4 to present day. And everyone's like, please give me a rival I want to beat to bits. Give me the jerk rival again, please.
They're all buddies now.
They're all friendly, and I don't like it.
And then Gen 2, it's just literally a criminal.
A thief, yeah.
Like, he's not even that much part of the story.
My Pokemon are tools for war.
He's just literally a dude who's like a vagrant, like who's like stealing and who's a sociopath. He's just Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy is literally the rival in Gen 2. That's why Gen 2 rules. Come on.
except that the rival in Gen 2 has like actual character growth and actually turns around and starts to realize the error of his ways. Like, that's the rival I want to see. I want to see the jerk rival that has some growth, you know?
Gotcha. Not a jerk rival who has a growth, like gets cancer and dies at the end. Oh, no.
Like, I like a rival that I feel good about beating, but then by the end of the game, I'm like, you know what? You were a formidable foe, and I respect you now.
So it makes that beatdown kind of meaningful.
Exactly, because like there are some rivals.
Beatdown meaningful.
Yeah, you're really good at English today.
Thank you.
There are some rivals that you beat them, and they're just like, oh, I'll never be as good as you. It's like, man, you're just gonna make me depressed now? I don't want that.
Yeah, no, I find that whole thing kind of boring too, where they're all just like buds, and they're buds the whole time. They're like, hey, Alf, we're buds, right? I always name my character Alf. we're buds, right? And then Alf's like, yeah, we're buds, and then they fight, and they're like, we're still buds. Yeah, we're buds. That's like the whole plot, and you're like,
and Alf's like, where's that cat? I'm gonna eat that cat.
Alf,
don't eat the cat.
Don't eat the cat. It's been at least 3 episodes since we've impersonated the dad from Alf.
It's been a long time, actually.
I think Max Wright is his name.
Yeah, it is. Back to the actual episode. We hear that Zane recently evolved Vulpix into Ninetales so that he could beat Suzie. But they disagree on some things. They get along, but they disagree on things. Zane thinks beauty is on the outside. It's all about looks. But, Suzie thinks that beauty is on the inside. But Zane thinks that's really old school. And Brock is like shaking with anger about this. Mad. He's fuming. Zane's like, I would cut Vulpix's hair. I would curl it up like this. Give it bangs. Cut those bangs down. It'll look nice.
Suzie doesn't want to cut and curl Vulpix.
Yeah, Susie's like, you cut Vulpix's hair, I'll cut your fucking throat.
That is her exact words. No, I believe she said, cut her hair off and I'll cut your balls off and stew them.
But then, Susie's something about, like, Vulpix's eyes is all sweet, and I love it, blah, 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 blah. Something corny and cheesy that makes me want to throw up. But then Zane walks off, he has to go get ready for things, and Susie's like, in his heart, he's the sweetest boy in the whole world. Oh, I forgot about you sitting there, Brock. You're also sweet.
And Brock's like, I need to defeat Zane now.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary. So then we see more Pokemon all dressed up. The one I noted, Machamp with a bunch of fucking lipstick, which was incredible.
That's kind of like your drag idea. Yeah,
It
very
was really
nice.
funny.
Then we get the zoom in. What is the result of the Meowth makeover?
David Bowie, baby.
It is Ziggy Stardust. Exact same thing, Kellan. That is what I was thinking. Like it is though, right? It's like got the star and the
Bulbapedia notes that Meowth's makeup looks like a combination of David Bowie and Paul Stanley's Star Child.
Oh, Paul Stanley from Kiss. Yeah, Kiss.
The star on his face. Which I noted the David Bowie without having to look that up, but the star one. It was that lightning bolt, man.
It was the lightning
very
bolt.
Bowie.
Yeah. It's from the cover of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Right?
Gotcha.
Life on Mars. I don't know. I'm getting my Bowie all mixed up.
We're almost there, man. Life on Mars. We're getting there.
Are we getting
2025.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
1 year. We'll be there.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that based
on? Science.
Oh, okay.
That's what all the scientists are saying.
Oh, okay.
Just look it up. Do your own research, people.
Do your own research. And by research, I mean Elon Musk's Twitter.
Yeah. Neat. Concerning.
Oh, God, anyway. I hate that.
I hate it so much.
So mad. Anyways.
So, yeah, Meowth's looking like David Bowie. It was the only way to make him look good, apparently. But he has to keep his mouth shut because he'll give him away and ruin his lip liner.
Oh, okay. But he wants to tell the whole world about his beauty. He's feeling himself.
He really is. There's an AVN award for that, I'm pretty sure.
Feeling yourself?
Solo scene. Yeah. So the contest is on. Brock and Suzie are going to be number 37. And Zane is right after. Get a load of this. In the Pokedex, Vulpix is number 37.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go.
That's a nice little touch.
A little trivia bit for you there.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, tons of glamorous Pokemon on screen.
Yeah, they kind of like slideshow a few of like, there's a Doug trio with like 3 mohawks. That was cool. The one that I noted was the Gengar that has like a lip piercing. How the fuck do you pierce a Gengar? It's a shadow.
With a shadow piercing. It's new technology created just for fashion. People say, what's the point of fashion? This is it, Kellan. It actually drives technological innovation.
I can't fathom this one. Like, there's a lot of things in Pokemon I can look past, but a lip piercing on a Gengar, that broke me.
I think that's cool, actually, because that's, like, creative in a, like, what the fuck kind of way.
It is.
It's surrealist. It's SpongeBob having campfires under the water, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
So, backstage, Brock's thinking that they might have a shot at winning this thing. Zane's watching on angrily for some reason. And it's time for entrant number 1. This guy comes out with his Meryl, who he just slapped some star stickers on and thinks he's gonna win. Then he gets kidnapped.
Right. Nice.
Oh no.
So Team Rocket doesn't want the Meryl, they want to take his place.
Yeah. Where's contestant number 1? Contestant number 1, where are you? And so Team Rocket emerge on the stage in smoke. Sorry we're late. It takes a while to give our Pokemon flair and style. We hope our Pokemon will amaze all of you. We're giving each one a look that's brand new. We're creating a trend and it's gonna be big. And this doesn't even look like a wig, as he's combing Wobbuffet's wig. We aren't two fakers,
totally
we're style makers. We're cutting and curling at the speed of light. Put yourself in our hands and we'll make you look right. Meowth, meowth, meowth.
That's a great chant. That was a good chant. Yeah.
Because it's not about evil. Like, they literally just want to win this competition.
They just like this line of work.
Yeah.
Now, they are nefarious, right? They kidnapped the Meryl to get in here. And but Wobbuffet with a hairpiece, he's looking like a Kennedy. Wow. He's looking great.
Styling. He is looking fresh as fuck. I think Wobbuffet should all have hair, honestly.
Insert an ad for Wobbuffet Finasteride. Wobbuffet can go to Turkey and get hair implants.
Today's episode of TKAD is sponsored by Wobbuffet Keeps.
Right.
Did you know that 1 in every 3 Wobbuffet start losing their hairline before they're 30?
This is way too close to my heart because I did not use Keeps and I look like a mess.
You really should have, huh?
Yeah.
Get some. Maybe they work on balding. I don't know.
No, you got to go to Turkey when you're as bad as I am. That's where they got the tech.
Damn.
I don't know why it's Turkey, but they're well known for like hair implants.
You should just like lean into it and like do wild hairstyles with your balding head.
I might just shave my head at some point. Like go beard and shaved head on top. But anyways, this isn't...
Do the Walter White, yeah?
Yeah,
Heisenberg?
It looks fine. Well, I wouldn't go goatee, but yeah, I would Anyways, this isn't Graham's ball.
You're gonna go Heisenberg. Not with the goatee. The meth stuff is on the table though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so rich by the end.
He's also dead and not respected by his family.
Spoilers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers for the 12-year-old show. So back to our show, the even older show that I won't spoil because we need to build suspense. Team Rocket have all their Pokemon out, and they're all looking styling. They're all looking fresh. Zane compliments them.
They seem weird.
Yeah. Zane just walks on the stage. He's like, I was so moved. I had to come out here and compliment your Pokemon because they look great. But Brock thinks something's up. He's getting a little suspicious about this. But they're styling Wobbuffet's hair. They put him in some kind of big hairdo. Honestly, I liked just the flat toupee.
Yeah, I like the toupee also.
The shaggy hair. It was great. They even make repulsive Pokemon look beautiful, or at least cover up the ugly. Is as they say. But then Jenny comes running in from backstage with the Meryl guy.
These are frauds.
They're like, we wouldn't have done it if we knew we would have got caught, as James says. They wouldn't have done it. They're like, get us out of this. We didn't do anything. We wouldn't have done it if we knew we would got caught. But they were number
that's the excuse.
Yeah. They were number 250 something.
Right. They're just trying to jump the line.
They were like, how could we let the judges wait that long to see the winners? We're going to be number one, so we may as well also be contestant number one. So,
all right.
And then Jenny just goes big head screams at them. That's the last
I like that animation. You're out of here.
And kick them out. And Jesse and James are still really surprised that they got kicked out. Like, what did we do wrong? We're gonna win that thing. And
what does Jenny know about style? All her clothes are probably bulletproof. That's a good line.
Yeah, that was good. But Meowth slashes them up because they're being stupid. He has a plan now, though. Brock is terrified about going out on stage when suddenly 2 doctors, very real doctors from the very real Pokemon Breeders Licensing Division, they're here to perform exams on all of the Pokemon competing. This is on board. I think this is above water.
Yeah, looks totally legit. Suzie and Brock are suspicious. They shouldn't be, but they are because Team Doctor. The doctors are like, these are new rules. That's why you don't know about them. So they're going to take everybody's Pokemon and examine them. They grab Vulpix, they grab the Ninetales. No breeders are allowed past this door, so they've got a ton of Pokemon now. And the breeders, of course, are getting kind of antsy. They're like, what the fuck?
Let us take all of these Pokemon into this suspiciously bright light.
Yeah, and then lock the doors. So they've got them all in a van. And when the people are getting even more suspicious, they're like, trust us, we're doctors.
It's illegal to deny a doctor. To doubt a doctor. That's how it works.
It's illegal to doubt a doctor?
Yeah. It's in there. It's in the laws.
What they really should have done is, what's that Pokemon again that's an apple?
Applin?
Yeah, that would have kept the doctors away.
An Applin a day keeps the doctor away. Very true. Yeah. Very true. But the breeders, eventually do realize something's up. So they're trying to break down the door. Geodude comes out to break the door down. It's nice. But they get outside, and the doctors have the giant shipping container of Pokemon up in the air in a familiar balloon.
Yeah, it's like a SeaKing. It's like a modern day shipping container.
Yeah. They rip off their costumes. Oh my god, it's Team Rocket.
What the fuck?
How did that happen? Crazy. They take off. Noctowl comes out again because Ash has to save the day here. It pops the balloon.
Bursts the balloon. Pikachu bolts the lock, saving the Pokemon.
Yep. Which none of the Pokemon in the crate are made up for the contest, but they were before, I guess. Who knows?
And then you switch back quickly? Who knows?
Yeah. But then Ash gets in a good line. Does somebody need a doctor?
Yeah. Yes, he goes, you think you're pretty funny. We don't, says James.
I like when Ash is in the background of an episode because he always just comes in with a good one-liner.
A good one-liner.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Arbok and Victory Ball versus Pikachu. Razor Leaf goes out, but then what's this? Flamethrowers come in from behind. Vulpix and Ninetales are gonna step in. They're gonna take this down.
They're gonna teach Team Rocket a lesson. Team Rocket says, "You can't teach us anything."
So Arbok goes in, but the Vulpix and Ninetales go for a double fire spin, and this looks pretty cool. This fire spin, it was pretty sweet. This giant fire tornado. It sends Team Rocket blasting off again, and Ninetales is shimmering after this, glowing.
Very nice.
And then we just get a nice 3-second shot of Brock staring at something.
He's got the 1,000-yard stare going on because
Yeah.
like Suzie and Zane are vibing right here.
Yeah, I think he realized Suzie. I might love Suzie, but her and Zane, there's something there. And also, Susie's like 10 years older than me,
Yeah,
so
whatever
maybe.
the opposite of a
Mm.
boner is, that's what's happening in Brock's heart right now.
Okay, good. It's a good thing you specified heart. That works. So contest is back on, and we do a heart to heart. Zane comes in. It's like, even though they tried to steal our Pokemon and murder us all, Team Rocket taught me something that's important to work together. So they work as a team. We should too. Maybe if you and I, Suzie, work together, we would be a great duo. We would be unstoppable.
The best team.
Misty's like, yeah, because he can do all of the outward beauty stuff, and Suzie can make them actually confident and proud of themselves. Yeah,
yeah.
And you guys would be great. And Brock's like, oh god, oh god, oh god. But they're gonna open a salon together, Suzie and Zane. That's the plan. They really jumped on that quick.
And what does Brock think? Well, Brock, yeah, he's given in. You'd make a great team.
That'd be good for everybody. He's totally not lying to himself here.
It hurts for him, but it's what's best for Suzie and Zane.
It is. That is a good. A little good growth from Brock that will surely be gone by next episode.
Oh, definitely. And Zane admits that he was actually jealous about Brock because he's heard from Suzie that Brock's the best.
Yeah, so that's nice. That's nice. Suzie doesn't forget about Brock either. That's cool. So it's time for Vulpix to come up. Time for her spot on stage. And we're on stage with Brock and Suzie and Vulpix, and Pikachu's clapping. That was cute. And then the narrator comes in. Are they going to win the competition? Tune in to find out. Spoiler alert, we won't.
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre for one of these.
Yeah.
They just left it hanging. They're like, yeah, the narrator's like, well, we don't know what happened to Brock, but he's the top breeder in our hearts.
That pisses me off. Like, we were waiting this whole episode to see, are they going to win this competition? And they go out on stage, and the show's like, oh, out of time. Sorry. We're going to find out next week? Nope. We're just going to leave us here, and we're going to forget it ever happened.
Yeah, that was
Vulpix.
Pretty surprising, to be honest.
Yeah. But that's the episode.
All right. So the trope I was thinking about this week is the trope of a love triangle. We've all seen that before, right? So there's usually more of like a primary couple, and then there's a third person introduced who's got chemistry with one of them, maybe conflict with the other. And that's how we get a love triangle. 3 people whose love is intertwined. Let's think of some book examples, Kellan. Some very interesting one from Fight Club that I won't spoil, but definitely between Tyler, the main character, and what's the woman's name again? Marla, something like that. Very good love triangle there. You've got some, popular mainstream media ones or popular kind of phenomenon young adult ones like the ones in Hunger Games and in Twilight, of course. Great Gatsby is a classic love triangle story from Pulp Fantasy. We've got Dragonlance. There was a good one around tennis, Half-Elf. And then, of course, Kellan, because you love when I do this, from the Berenstain Bears.
Hell
There's a book. Yeah, love triangle applies to Berenstain Bears. What if you guessed that? There's a book called From Berenstain Bears, and the Giddy Grandma reveals that Grizzly Gran, back in her youth, with her future husband Gramps and the performing clown Roscoe, made a love triangle. Is that not crazy?
Incredible.
It culminated, according to TV Tropes, in a non-lethal duel to the death. I don't know how that works, with cream pies. And Gramps lost the duel, but he won the war because Gran decided that night he was the one she wanted to marry over Roscoe the Clown.
I'm pretty sure there's an AVN award for cream pies.
Oh! Duel to the cream pie. You nailed it, Kellan.
Thank you.
Well, we're all disturbed. Giddy Grandma.
We had to get one last good one in there,
There's an award for that, too.
That's what she said, yeah.
All right, Kellan, let's get to ranking this baby and finish it up.
But you forgot the most important love triangle in history.
What?
Mario, Peach, and Bowser, obviously.
Yeah, that's just a threesome, actually.
I don't think so.
Especially with the Bowsette crown. Oh, baby.
Wow. All right. Let's rate. First category will be, a pay it forward Black Parade enthusiast.
Zane definitely knows the song. Zane is actually a fan. He sings it at karaoke. Susie's heard it before, but she's not really that big into it.
Yeah, I gotta take one last look at Zane. We gotta see that hairdo.
It's more like his attitude, too. I was
But also the hairdo.
did you
It
hear
definitely
that
fits.
sarcasm? Right?
That's true. He definitely knows it. Yeah, Suzie probably knows it a little bit. Probably just not really into the pop punk, you know?
Yeah, probably not into the emo scene, but I bet you Zane sings it at karaoke.
Yeah. There's no other real characters in this episode, though.
No, but yeah, let's just think of Zane and Susie. So, one likes it, the other does it. I mean, and now that they're going to become a couple, like he probably plays it in the car and she's like, oh, this song again. I'm going to go with a 6.7.
See, I'm a little lower. I don't think he's like obsessed with it. And there's only the one character. I'm going to go 4.2.
Gotcha.
So it's a 5.45 for Blackbird Enthusiast. Final category of the day will be the Meowth's puns. Let's see here. Did he have any?
Probably, but did he have any that, weren't just, super routine? I'm not sure.
Yeah, because there's a portion of the episode where he's told not to talk either, so...
Well, that's true.
This was the time I really wish we had, scripts for every episode. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I look for transcripts sometimes, but there aren't really good ones.
No.
I am not running into anything great, Kellan. If there was, they were forgettable.
There's the thing about him doing his dirty work in the buff, and that's not really a pun.
It's not really a pun.
It was funny, though. I liked that line. Kind of caught me off guard.
I didn't have a single pun of his written down, though.
I'm not seeing any. Oh, you know what? When they're talking about getting their own TV show and they'll be millionaires, Meowth does say, "Here comes my payday."
Oh, that's a good one. Nice.
There's one.
Good find.
That's one.
It's a Pokemon pun.
Yeah. So I feel like ones like this, we really need to know all of our information.
What? I can't just make it a feeling-based judgment.
Well, if it's the difference between a 0 and something else, I feel like we should. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just the one. But who cares if we didn't lock up first place? We've managed to lock up all the Pokemon instead.
Oh, that's good. That's
good. A 0.3.
Ooh, what about, when James gets eaten by Victory Bell, he goes, that just goes to show James is hard to swallow.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
one.
Too. I think that's about it. Because then Ash comes in with the doctor line, and then they blast off again.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, definitely not a 0, but...
Can't teach us anything.
I mean, not that high. 4.
Yeah, it's about there.
We did find a couple nice ones.
Yeah, 3.6.
Okay.
That's 3.8 for that. Overall, 4.625. A little above average, then a little below average this week.
I mean, and they were okay episodes. I liked them for the most part. They were fun.
Yeah, they were fine.
But where are we going next week, Kellan? There's some good-looking thumbnails I can see.
Yeah, next week's going to be a fun week, because we're going to kick it off with episode 172, A Better Pill to Swallow, or in Japanese, oh good god, Subo versus Mara Subomi.
Yeah, you did good, I think.
In an episode in which Ash takes drugs from strangers.
Oh, sick.
Yep. And then followed by episode 173, Power Play, or in Japanese...
Okay, Kellan, I dare you, say the Japanese name.
It's Umbreon. Umbreon's Japanese name translates to Blackie.
His name is Blackie. Is that not crazy?
Exclamation mark. Battle during a dark night, double exclamation
mark. Don't cancel us. That's literally his name.
Oh, it's wild. But that's next week.
All right, so please join us for that. That looks fun. 2 new Johto area Pokemon to experience, so that'll be fun. And especially Shuckle, right? Is that the Subo I'm not that familiar with, so we'll get into that.
They don't mention in the episode, really, but this one's also shiny. The one in the thumbnail here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's another
more shiny discussions.
And also, this is we had a nice email a while ago from Tristan, who's sent in some questions, and he noted that he's very much looking forward to the Shuckle episode. So
yeah, I'm curious what that opinion is all about. So
it is a fun
dive into that. And do you remember this episode?
I know this one, yeah.
Okay, cool. I am not familiar at all, so I'll have some reactions for you next week. So please join us then. This has been 2Killer Delibird like usual. So shout us out in the comments. If you're on YouTube or youtube.com/HydraLeech is where the channel's at, and you can leave comments. We love kind of talking to you in the comments, engagement there. You can also hit us up with questions at our Gmail, 2killadelibird@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter handle is 2killadelibird. Intro and outro music is 18th Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan runs a TikTok at Hydra Leeches is the channel name, and then twitch.tv/Hydra Leech, where you can find live streams occasionally. Anything else, Kellan?
No, I don't think so. You've really gotten efficient in that ending spiel.
Is there an AVN award for that?
I don't think so.
Efficiency in spiels?
I think we needed to leave it at the cream pie joke.
Leave it at the cream pie joke. There's an AVN award for that.
Bye!